I got something else I'd like to ask you. And if I'm asking too much, tell me to go to blazes.
No, go right ahead.
I want you to come on my show next Tuesday night and do this.
Go to blazes. No, I was only kidding. I'll be glad to be there.
Will you? And don't you know, he wanted to be here so bad. But, well, did you see his show last Friday? You remember the clown thing he did, the clown comic that was so... The inebriated clown comic. Well, he had such heavy makeup on that it got his eyes all infected, and the poor guy's in the sack with things on his eyes trying to get ready for his own show for Friday. He'll be okay for Friday, but he couldn't come with us tonight. However, wait a minute. Let me show you who sponsors this show first. We better get that straight. Please, with the film.
Somanex, the new effective non-habit-forming aid to sleep. Taken as directed, Somanex helps bring 100% safe sleep.
Jackie will be with us on the 25th of November, the good Lord willing, and no more eye infections from makeup. And we'll have a ball. But tonight, we've got some pieces of that wonderful series that we did last week that was so much fun. We've got some films that we thank goodness we had them in the sack. And I think you're going to get a great big bang out of them because we do. We've been watching them all day, cutting down the parts, and we're still laughing at them. I think you will, too. So stick around. First of all, I want you to meet everybody here. There's Rosina da Rimini, the lovely coloratura from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Oh, how gorgeous tonight you are. Woo. And next to her are two Indians from the other end of Brazil, way up in the north. Los Indios Tabajaras. The reason I asked them to be here tonight, they are wonderful artists on their guitars, but you will see them in the pieces of film with Jackie, and I wanted you to know who they were. And then over here, of course, is my father, Tony Marvin.
Good evening.
And in the chair where Jackie was sitting all week is Roberta Sherwood. And the last time Roberta was here with us, we were going to do a duet, and we got fouled up. We never did it. Tonight, we're going to get it on first. It goes, when you and I were young, I want
take a favorite and then you flavor it
to the hill
with just a note or two of real
Maggie,
harmony.
to watch
Tell the orchestra to
the
play
sea
staccato,
below
and then you add a little of the legato.
the queen
Now that Maggie's tune is such a raggy tune,
is
pay no
here
attention to the music that they play.
where
Just swing
you
and sway your blues.
were young.
Way on the spot, start sway, getting hot.
Well, the green
Now that raggy tune
gone
is such a raggy
off
tune,
the hill
pay no attention to the
Maggie.
music that they play.
where first
Every lover
the
knows
day
is a loving boat, so full of music that you can't refuse.
but I love you
Now you know the way,
Sing.
tell the band to play.
as of old.
And when you listen, just listen it and say, I've got those. When you and I were young, Lord Maggie
Blue.
I'm so glad we got that one,
I wouldn't have missed doing that with you. I used to do that with Jan Davis every once in a while, and I loved the thing, and I'm so glad that we had a chance to do it. Now, let me see. What have we got scheduled here? We have to do this very carefully. Maggie Blues. Oh, yes, Somanex commercial. The best thing I've got to show you. See this thing here? This is a medical report. This is an authentic report from one of the major hospitals in New York City, from the leading doctors in the hospital. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, of course, but it's a medical report. We can't, we're not supposed to publicize things in medicine. You can't give doctors' names and this kind of thing, but if anybody wants to look it up, there it is on the record. The conclusions derived from the study data by the investigational team appear on page 8 of the report, it says. They're cited below in the author's own words. Now, I'm going to read these quickly to you because I think they'll make a lot of sense. Listen. 91% of the 93 subjects that they tested in this thing slept well after using Sominex. 93% slept better after Sominex. And there were virtually no side effects referable to the Sominex medication and no evidence of sleepiness during the following day. And it is concluded, say the doctors now, that Sominex in doses of 2 to 3 tablets is an effective and safe hypnotic. Now, what have we been telling you all the time? If you can't sleep because you're pooped, because your nerves cut you like this, you're overworked. People who suffer from constant insomnia, of course, that's another problem. But I'm talking about you get overtired and, oh, gosh, you got to get up tomorrow and something very important's on your mind. You can't go to sleep. Take these according to directions. Sominex. Sominex. It's a very fine product. And you can sleep. Put that film on, will you please, Jim? We got a little piece of film here that'll show you how nicely, and I want you to see Jackie's reaction to it.
Well, if they have it.
Take Sominex tonight and sleep. Safe and restful sleep. Sleep.
Sleep. Did you hear that? Say that again, Jackie.
I said it's nice. It's a nice film, but I wouldn't want that ball bouncing around in my bed.
That's what he said the other morning when we had that film on while he was here. And I wanted you to get his reaction to it. Now, what we did all week, now this is for you men folks who we hope are watching tonight. What we did all week was every day he was on for the half hour with us. And every day we had a lot of fun. And we've got enough on film there that we could do 16 of these shows with. And you would laugh at every bit of it because he was in a marvelous mood. And by the end of the week, we had come to love him so much, we hated to see him go. He began on Monday by telling us about how he got started in show business. Now, we have to do cues in television for films. I'll start. Now, you see if you can count 7 seconds with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It ought to be on 7. There it is.
Theater in Brooklyn called the Halsey Theater. And my father, before he had absconded with the funds, it's not that bad because the funds he absconded with were about $32, the week's pay. But anyway, he used to take me to this theater, the Halsey Theater. Pardon me. And I was sitting there one afternoon, and a ventriloquist come out. I don't know his name, but he had on a blue flannel jacket, white flannel pants, and his hair was slicked down, parted in the middle, and he looked very healthy. He must have had a couple of pounds of makeup on, you know. And he come out, and he sat down with this dummy, and they got plenty of laughs. And at the finish, I still remember the song they sang as they went off the stage. It was called Missouri Waltz. And I watched him go off, and I saw him take about 6 bows, and that did it. The blue flannel coat, the white flannel pants, this guy's slick hair, and he obviously seemed to be enjoying what he was doing. And I figured, that man is the happiest guy in the world, and I'm going to be an actor. And that's what started.
Well, what'd you do, get bit parts first?
No. I started right off at the bottom. I started in amateur theatrics. That is, a guy around our neighborhood, Charlie Credit. We were both called nuts, you know, the show-offs in the neighborhood. I used to get yaks in front of the candy store, I'm telling you. You know, a girl would go by, and make some cracks, and all the other stoops would laugh. And the only one that rivaled me with these laughs was Charlie Credit. They used to have amateur nights at the Halsey Theater, and I went on the amateur nights with Charlie Creda, and we won first and second prize, which accumulated was 50 cents. It was supposed to be 10, 5, and 2.5, the prizes. But after we had been on the show, I had found out that these amateur nights were booked from New York, seeing we were a local act. And when they put the hand over the local act, they go real fast, like that. But they didn't anticipate my friends in the audience. Get back there, they said, with the hand. Not only did we win first prize and walk off, they were very mad at that, whoever booked the show. But our guys kept going, bring him back again, you know. And I came out, and the guy says, well, we'll give him first and second prize. What did he get? 50 cents. So we got off, and I was expecting at least $8.50 I thought we were going to get. And the guy gave me 50 cents and a card to this fella that books. Well, that mollified us, and we said, well, that's nice. We'll go see him. And we borrowed a couple of nickels, and we went to New York, and we saw this guy that booked the amateur nights, and we went on this professional amateur tour, and never won again, by the way. And from there on, you know, it was nightclubs where they throw the plates at you, and you get bagged to go out and do the third show, which takes place at 4:30 in the morning. And if you're not bagged, there's no sense of going out and doing it. I used to get drunk just to see double, so I thought there was somebody in the audience. Those days sound good, Arthur. You know, Jack Oakey told me something one time. You know, we were sitting around talking about the old days. And he said the old days sound better than they lived. And he's so right. When I think of... I worked in a place in Newark, for instance, where if I did a good show, I got a meal. If the show wasn't good, I didn't get a meal. And I used to try to make the show bad so I didn't have to eat this meal.
Well, that's the way it's been going all week long. And we had such a marvelous time with him. I'm sorry that he can't be here with us tonight, but he has promised that he'll be here on the 25th of November, and he'll be on his own show next Friday. And, of course, what he's doing is working now to get that ready. Did you see that on the air, Roberta, when it was on in the morning?
Gleason, no, I was on the coast. I didn't see it.
You didn't see it.
I missed it. So
well, we've
sorry.
got 5 priceless half hours of
I
that
should
stuff
say
in
so.
the mill.
What I've seen.
Now, this little lady, whom I want you to know much better, is a product of our old talent scout show. She didn't win. She was defeated that night by some rock and roll quartet I've never heard of again. Rosina da Rimini has become one of the very popular concert artists in America. Her ambition is the Metropolitan Opera. I have no doubt that one day she'll make it. She sings for you tonight. We got Bernie Green leading these 4 acres of strings that Jackie likes to talk about. Bernie Green is all set to conduct the orchestra as Rosina does for you the, what kind of Russian nightingale?
Yes, Alabiev Nightingale.
Okay, some kind of nightingale, I don't know, but it's beautiful. lovely.
Notes are so clear.
Isn't that beautiful? Just like to come out of a flute. These are terrific color too. Incidentally, you wondered about the Los Indios Tabajaras there. You folks haven't met them at night yet. Yes, you did. They were on Talent Scout show too, no?
Yes.
Of course.
Sure.
Yes, sure you did. Rosina comes from Sao Paulo in Brazil, and these lads come from the northern part of Brazil. They showed us on the map one day. Give me the name again.
Ibiapaba.
Ibiapaba, yeah. They have the most beautiful guitar music you ever heard, and I'd like to give them this little plug because this is well-deserved. Here is a fine album they've made called Sweet and Savage, with a very fine picture of them in full color in their fiesta dress. And it's, if you like guitar music, you'll love that. And we were just saying just now, Bertie and I, we never saw a program with so many guitars. Wait till you see how many guitars we got on here before we get through. But, Tony, don't you have a little something you have to do right here?
Yes, I do, Arthur. I have a few, I trust, cogent words for our friend looking in here. Now, when you feel tired and run down more and more often, you know you should do something about it. Now, look at this, won't you?
When you haven't the energy to do your job, it may be tired blood. When you're too tired to do your housework, it may be tired blood. Yes, friends, if you feel tired and run down, take Geritol, America's #1 tonic. Check with your doctor. You may be suffering from a common ailment doctors call iron deficiency anemia. We call it tired blood. Geritol can help you feel stronger fast. Because in just 1 day, Geritol iron is in your bloodstream, carrying strength and energy to every part of your body. Just 2 tablespoons of Geritol, or 2 handy tablets, contain twice the iron in a pound of calf's liver. So if you feel tired and run down because of tired blood, get Geritol, liquid or tablets, at your drugstore now. You will feel stronger fast within 7 days, or your money back.
You know, can't help but think, I wish Jackie, I'd love to hear what he had to say about those things going around in your blood. The other day, he had the darndest things about how little doors open and balls bounce around and you... We have a piece of film now we'd like to show you from one of those shows in which he and Tony, Jackie Gleason and Tony Marvin, had a ball about golf. You know Tony, of course, is a great golf enthusiast, and so is Jackie, and he takes you, apparently, huh?
Every now and then he
Every
does,
now and
Arthur.
then,
Yes,
yeah.
every now and then. I've got a little of his money, too. Believe me.
Now, let me see how, if you can count 7 seconds. Let me see how long you think it is. 1, now you count. See if you get it right now. When you count 7, it ought to be on.
You know, I like that Tony Marvin, too.
Oh, Lord. Thank you, sir.
We
There is
played
only
some
one.
golf, you know, this summer together.
You play golf with him?
Oh.
Every day.
He used to come down and try to flare me. You know, he had on some purple slacks. And a neon sport shirt. He had the only clubs that lit up when he swung.
Oh, I know, Jack. You did pretty good yourself out there.
Only thing I liked about his game, when he hit the ball, it whistled melancholy serenade. But I'll say this about Tony. Tony is one of the most honest guys I've ever met. You know, golf like booze, separates the men from the boys. No doubt about it. And he'd be off in the woods somewhere, and I felt perfectly calm and safe about it because I knew he was honest. If he was hacking away in there, he'd tell me. You know, I took 32 strokes in there. Which happened quite often, I'm happy to say.
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't quite that bad, although he does have a little bit of me in his pocket still, I think.
Well, yes, I have a little of your money, Tony, and you can always have a crack to get us back.
I think next Saturday will be fine, Jack. I'll give you...
All right, next Saturday, lovely. I'd like to play with guys like that, Arthur, because I've played with the other kind. The kind that have the hole in their pocket, and they're looking for the ball, and they drop the ball through their pocket. And it goes down their pants leg. You know, oh, there it is. A guy gave me that one day. He said, oh, there it is. I said, oh, no, there it is.
Oh, my. Well, now, let's see. As I told you, Jackie will be on his own show Friday, and he'll be with us again on the 25th of November, be the good Lord willing, and we'll have a lot more fun with him. And just incidentally, I read someplace that somebody reported that this Gaston, and what's the other fellow, Gaston? Alphonse. Somebody printed that our get-together was a regular Gaston and Alphonse, and everything we did was read off of a teleprompter. Well, you know, sometimes they can get real silly. It's like he says, it makes you laugh. What can you do? Believe me, it all came right out of his head, and he's just as fast as he can be. It's more fun. Well, anyway, let's go on. I want you to listen now to Roberta. Roberta Sherwood was practicing here this afternoon, rehearsing. We were killing a lot of time. I have to keep watching that clock. And she was showing us some of the things she does in her nightclub act. And I said, oh, we got to see that one. She has a guitarist, though. Roberta, will you introduce your musicians, please?
Ernie DiLorenzo, my piano player.
Yes.
And Red Newmark.
At the guitar. Now,
Red
has...
guitar-playing boy.
Yeah, now wait just a second. He's got a series of buttons on that thing.
8 buttons. He's going to press that hillbilly button.
Okay.
Oh, well, there's a blue moon over Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and left me blue. Well, there's a blue moon over Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and left me blue. Well, it was on a moonlight night. The stars were shining bright. The moon was on high. The Lord said goodbye. Oh, there's a blue moon over Kentucky. Keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and left me blue. Well, there's a blue moon over Kentucky. Keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and left me blue. Well, there's a blue moon over Kentucky. Keep on shining. Well, it was on a moonlight night. Stars were shining bright. The moon was on high. And all said goodbye. Oh, there's a blue moon over Kentucky. Keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and left me out. Oh, yeah. Well.
Oh, wonderful. Come on back over here with us, Roberta. Oh, gee, you know what You know what I wish you'll do one day with us is come up and spend a week with us in the morning.
Oh, I'd love to.
And we'll just have a ball every day with us.
Sing and sing and sing.
We sat around here this afternoon singing about a dozen songs, playing. Gee, it's marvelous to work with you.
Thank you. It's wonderful working with you.
And what a nice thing it will be the night that Walter comes with us. I've invited Walter Winchell to come. I asked him for the next Tuesday, but he's got his own new show to worry about, and he asked for a rain check. So one day soon he'll be here, and you and I'll have a lot of fun with us. Yeah.
I should say.
Let me see how much time I got to fool around here. Can we do one chorus? Let me show you what we were fooling with this afternoon. I think we did this one and a half. You know about you got to see your mama every night?
Oh, yeah?
You started off.
You gotta see your mama every night, or you can't see your mama at all.
Now look at here, honey child. You better come and kiss your papa.
Yeah.
And treat him right. Or your loving daddy won't call.
Oh, tell me.
I don't want that kind of sheep that only sees me once a week. You got to see your mama every night, or you can't see your mama at all. Come on, payday.
Yeah, you
can't see your mama at all.
Yes,
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, dear, dear. The time is flying, and I must do a little electric shave commercial. Little electric shave. This is the stuff you have to use, my friend, if you have an electric shaver and you think it's no good. You wouldn't think of shaving your face without a lather. if you were using a straight razor or a safety razor? Of course you wouldn't. Well, don't try to shave with an electric shaver unless you have Williams Electric Shave. You put that on first, just like this. And it makes your whiskers stand up, and it keeps you from dragging the skin, and it gives you a nice, smooth shave, and afterwards you feel good. It smells pretty good, too. Yeah. Williams Electric Shave. All right, gee whiz. These half hours don't last.
I should say not.
They just don't last long at all. When we were working together, I said to Jackie, I was so grateful to him for coming over here and having so much fun. I said, if you want me to come over and sweep the stage or something, I'll come and see you. And there was a little bit there that you might enjoy. 7 seconds again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mine is like that.
You don't often run into a nice group of people like that.
Oh.
My audience is sitting out there saying, all right, we're here. You told us to come. Get going.
You know what I wish you'd let me do someday?
Sure.
Let me come over and sweep up for you or something on your program.
Arthur, I've been hoping and praying that you would offer your services
Oh,
on my...
golly, I don't know what in the world I could do for you, but Lord, I would love to just sit and work with you.
Well, pal, I'd love to have you, and it's a date.
Okay, you just call me whenever you want me. I'll come.
I think that's very, very nice of you, Arthur. I appreciate that.
The only trouble with me is that I can't read a line twice the same way. I haven't got this kind of ability.
That's perfectly all right. We won't read any lines.
Good.
I have a writer for you and I. They're two guys. It's called Haig and Haig.
Oh, he was tremendous. And the first date that we have set is the 12th of December. That's when I get through with the horse shows. I have one in Toronto and one in Chicago, then I'll be back. But it's been a lot of fun. And you know what we're going to do next Tuesday? We're going to have Henry Morgan here and some other folks, and we hope you'll come and watch us and enjoy us again. I hope. Roberta, I'm so grateful to you for coming.
I had a lot
and
of fun.
Rosina and Los Indios Tabajaras and Tony. And thank you, Bernie, and everybody. Good night.